Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, in my readings, I bring through wisdom, messages, and healing from guides, ancestors, and often through the Akashic records. These are collective channeled messages, inspired guidance that come from spirit. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Before I began to sit down for this reading, I tuned into spirit and the Akashic records, and I want to share with you what I brought forth. I'm going to tap in again right now to go into that vibration, that current of energy, and share what I got. So the message that was really coming through has a lot to do with what I like to refer to as the mother wound. The mother wound being a very difficult thing for many of us to overcome. And so we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be bringing forth channel guidance information, especially connected to the Akashic records, which will help you understand on a deeper level the relationship you have with your mother, if this resonates for you. Again, this won't be for everyone. And then how you can move forward in your life. And as soon as I'm even touching on that subject, I can feel my energy start to heat up. I'm definitely feeling it in my third chakra, which would be your solar plexus, your power center, connected with the color yellow. I do want to say information's coming rushing in, so just take what resonates. Feel free to jot this down. Let me know in the comments if this makes sense to you, and whether or not this is something that you feel even burdened with. And we will work on helping release and transmute this. So the first thing I'm really feeling here is that I'm getting a message for whoever this is for, that you didn't feel like your mother respected you, that she did not listen to you, that she makes me feel like she burdened you with the pressure she was going through, and I think did way too much complaining about how she felt and how much hard work she had to do. This, in turn, I feel created a conflict within you, made you feel pressured, burdened, and also I feel like you might have had a very upset stomach as a child because of, again, going into there's a lot going on with your gastrointestines. You might even be dealing with this right now, and still, I feel like there's a time you might have had to take Tums a lot, or things to help you rid you of some of the discomfort and the pain in your abdomen. I'm also feeling like you in particular felt there was something going on with your siblings as well. And I feel like your mother might have tried to either pit you against each other, or she would talk to you about your sibling, or there was just some stress. Now, for a while, it feels like it could have been something that was divisive against you and your sibling, but after a while, it looks like there was a shift in the energy. And even now, and it feels like with different, who the different people I'm sharing this reading with, you might have had different reactions. And even as I'm saying this, I'm getting like different people had different scenarios with their siblings, but it was something that started with your mom. I'm also feeling like your father wasn't however he was in your life, he wasn't very patient. He also, I'm feeling, there's something with him about common sense. And it makes me feel like he would rush to judgment. And also he was very critical. And you would really observe him very keenly. I want to say this is where your psychic abilities really started, was survival, trying to understand the dynamics of your family. Okay, let's get into this. Something else I'm picking up on, and this may not resonate for everybody. It seems to me I'm getting this message about you being low in iron. So take that as it resonates, but I'm feeling like maybe we need to look at either getting our blood work done, or maybe we need to think about how you can eat that enriched vegetables so you can get some of the iron back in your body. So we'll start with tarot and see where this takes us. I'm going to put this in the upright because I'm not going to read these as reverse. Eight of Swords, Two of Swords. So we have a lot of the swords coming out. The Knight of Wands, the High Priestess. I knew she was coming out. I felt her. In fact, when I turned the first card over, I thought it was her. So she's here. And then you have the Knight of Swords. So you have a lot of the Knight coming forward. I feel like I want to still pull, and we'll let this unfold and see where it takes us. This goes under here. Yeah, the Fool. So that's you moving in a brand new direction. Three of Pentacles, collaboration. Three of Swords, right underneath High Priestess. The Eight of Pentacles, and then let's move into this position. Knight of Pentacles. So here's what I want to say. The first thing that is so prevalent in this energy has to do with the Knight. And the Knights, we have 1, 2, and 3. That's a lot of the Knight. So what's missing, we have all the Knights except for the Knight of Cups. So it makes me feel like your childhood was on the move, and there was a lack of concern for your emotions, like what was in the cups. And you felt a sense of instability when it came to where you landed, your home. And there was a deep sense of survival, and you had to learn, is what I'm seeing, how to find things in your environment to make you feel safe and comfortable. In fact, you are the type of person I'm seeing that needs to have certain little things in your room and in your home that make you feel safe and secure. I wouldn't be surprised if you have certain crystals in certain areas. You might even be someone who's very tactile, who needs to touch soft things. ASMR would be a favorite thing for you, or something like that, that makes your nervous system feel gentle. Because the Knights moving just make me feel like we're always on the go. We always have something going. I don't feel centered and grounded. And part of that is, again, Eight of Swords, why you feel this sense of limitation and restlessness, as though your mom's energy and her influence made you feel restricted and not as expansive, not as grounded. I feel like you're someone who really longs to feel grounded, and that's something you work on. Like you work on that earth energy connection is what I'm noticing, which is amazing. So, and the other thing I'm going to say to you is that in your first chakra, which is at the base of your spine, the color red, I'm hearing this, for you to feel stable and grounded, they're showing me eating, and this again goes in with the iron work, foods that are red. This is very interesting. So things, vegetables, that would be literally eating like beets and red fruits and bell peppers, things that have that iron rich, and things are vibrationally a certain frequency, even food, of course. So eating those things are going to make you feel holistic and grounded, because that is what you need, is what I'm seeing. Also, I want to let everybody know I am going to be doing energy clearings on this channel for my subscribers. So stay tuned. That's coming in the near future. Something to look forward to. So as we're progressing here from Eight of Swords to the Two of Swords, there's this place for you right where you are right now in your life. So you are an aware person. You are making a lot of progress, is what I'm hearing. And you are moving forward in a steadfast manner that is making you feel like you're coming pretty far along. And I feel like, again, that earth energy just comes through to you. So for me, I would look at where earth energy is in your astrology chart. That's what I'm hearing. And see where either that makes you feel more grounded or more blocked. And there's something about balancing the earth energy in your chart. Again, for some of you, this is not going to resonate at all. But for some of you, this is going to be exactly what you need to hear. That's what I'm hearing. Now, the Knight of Wands for me feels as though that is someone, I almost feel like that's your mother's energy. That's what I'm getting. The Knight of Wands energy is a little bit of a energy, in this case with your mom, where she would, it's like that energy if she speaks before she thinks. And so she'll just put out it, she'll just say things, this is the wound, without thinking about the implications. And it's interesting how this is the highest placed card in this whole spread. So it makes me feel like her energy feels like, well, I need to be in charge, or I need to be, having my presence known, or I need to. And that's why, again, your third chakra really felt a sense of feeling unsteady and lack of, connection and rest and being grounded and calm, because you had this person who was so flippant and kind of all over the place, which is hard. And here you are, the high priestess, high priestess, however you identify. Now, here's the thing I'm really getting. You are extremely intuitive, very sensitive, empathic, all the things. You've been told that forever. And one of the ways to get and tune into your information, if you ever feel foggy, is really tune into your heart chakra. That's what I'm getting. You will get clear guidance and downloads right there in the heart space. So make sure to work on your breath and take time to, again, kind of list your achievements. That's the other thing. I feel like you've done so much to sort of rectify the way you felt, but at the same time, you push yourself too hard. So you have to really look at, okay, where do I have this nice balance in my life? And where do I have a sense of pleasure? And what do I enjoy? And what am I doing well? And all those beautiful things. You have so much going for you. So be sure to take some time and validate yourself and let yourself know just, how incredible you are. Even if you did nothing today, even if you, didn't try to outperform anybody, right? You're just trying to live a good life. You've done so many wonderful things. The other thing I'm really feeling for your energy is just you do so many nice things for people. I hope those are noticed. This is one of the things about the mother wound that can really stick with us, is we are always trying to, it's a people pleaser energy, even though we don't feel that way, but we always feel like we have to keep going and keep proving ourselves. So be sure to be aware of that. And also, in a Knight of Swords energy, it's like it charges forward. It wants to get things accomplished. It has a vision in mind, but it also can be extremely sharp and hard on yourself. So make sure that you're taking out the time to invest in your well-being. I think that's just so important. Now, it's interesting. I am leaning into the earth energy in your chart energetically. It's just something one of my sort of specialties as a psychic medium is I can tune into people's energy field, of course. Been doing that for many, many years, but I also get a lot about elements in their birth chart. So I'm really leaning a lot into it with you for earth energy in your chart. So see where that placement is. And it just makes me feel like you have such a sweetness about you and such a grounded patience. And this is something that I think really helps a lot of people feel very steady. And I think I want to make sure you don't overlook that about yourself. You make people feel really safe and just have such a, affinity for your energy. You have a lovely energy. It's interesting because I'm really drawn to this Eight of Pentacles, and I'm looking at this beehive and how she's investing in all the hard work of doing, I would say, raising bees in order to get honey. I wouldn't be surprised if you have some kind of a gardening project going on right now where you're living, where you're either planting, gardening, you might even be doing beekeeping, something that you're really enjoying. And it just really fits in with the earth energy for me with you. And I just love that. I think you like researching things. I think you like studying things and mastering things. Really nice energy. So here we have the Three of Pentacles, and this male is coming forth again for me. Three of Pentacles is a collaborative energy of building something with others. It means having a shared vision. It means being able to let others lead, and then sometimes you lead. And that's, I think, who you are. And that was the difference between the archetype we had with your mother's energy and who you are and what you have in your relationships. So I'm not sure if you are in a relationship, but what I imagine is if you are, or if you're looking for one, I know exactly the kind of partner you want. You want someone who's rock solid, stable, who's kind, who is non-judgmental, who will, be flexible. and reliable and playful at the same time. Just someone very much who helps you feel steadied. And if you're working on manifesting that, it's coming in. I will say I really feel that here. And I love how this pentacle is right by his heart. I just think that's absolutely charming, you know, however you identify with partners. So one thing to think about, and I was mentioning that I'm going to be doing clearings on this channel, so stay tuned for that, for energy for people and all kinds of energy blockages. And with the High Priestess right on top of the Three of Swords, this to me is shadow work. This to me is giving yourself space. I almost feel like either you connect with a female goddess or deity or your own female guide. And that is part of your tradition or your, I would say your spirituality that helps you heal your heart space, especially the mother wound, right? Which is what we're getting here. The disappointment, the judgment. And, you know, your beautiful intuition, but more than your intuition, that inner part of you that even likes to do, say, traditions and rituals and do things that bring meaning and validity outside of yourself as well to make something sacred. I feel this a lot about you, and that there is just this wonderful way that you can connect and experience that type of healing by demonstrating something, or even learning to do things like, you know, write out your intentions, collect herbs and flowers and oils, burn candles, you know, do ritual in order to help you heal yourself, which I just think that's so beautiful. And then here in the last part of this is the tarot, we're going to move into Oracle. With the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles, this to me is, again, really coming through with like your work ethic. I think you are honestly a doer. I think that there aren't many people as hardworking as you, is what I'm hearing. But make sure you're giving yourself time to also relax, enjoy, let others lead, so you don't feel as much pressure, is what I'm getting. I'm going to bring forth the Inner Child Oracle deck, because I feel like that's what we need to do. We need to find your inner child and help her with healing. Let's bring through 3 cards here. That's what I'm feeling. For the higher self, the middle self, and then the ancestral lower self. Let's see what comes through. I'm feeling, and let's do it in the center. Pull yourself close. Every part of your being is deserving of love. Love that. And then we have Let It Go. Another tree. I'm getting some symbolism there. I'll share that with you in a minute. Let it go. Let go of all that no longer serves you. And then we have You Deserve to Be Seen. Let yourself be known. Beautiful. So the symbol of the deer, if you've looked much about, you know, the way those connect as an animal spirit and animal guide, this is interesting because I'll say you may have an interest. You might want to look into shamanism of some type for yourself as a shamanic practitioner, which, you know, you can do shamanic journey work with different teachers. And there's a real connection between working with the symbolism of a tree in many ancient spiritual traditions, but I really feel like that might be a good practice for you to be able to access your subconscious and possibly some of these pain points we talked about. But I am getting that. And the interesting thing for me with the deer is my animal guide. So, and when I do journey work just for myself. And so I feel like, and it definitely helps with inner child healing. I think that's really what we're getting here, which can help you with releasing. It can help you on a transcendental level is what I'm hearing, and also just helps you connect with your spirituality. And then finally, and this is the little interesting nod. So you'll notice here, all of these archways, we have probably 5 of them. For me, when I'm in the Akashic records, this is a little more depth, I have been shown these different doorways in order to help us go into different realms, which help us with healing, transformation, abundance, guidance, releasing things, getting information from different guides, ancestors. That's something I'm getting depth 4. So I just feel like you're getting a lot of encouragement to go very deep on your journey and to be able to work again on connecting with your intuition, connecting with ancestors, connecting with your guides, doing healing work on all the different parts of you, and being able to just resonate and integrate, especially after this, the intensity of a mother wound. So if this reading resonated with you, I would love it if you could please subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and leave a comment below. It really helps my channel grow, and I appreciate it tremendously. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take good care.